Hey, Christ Covenant Church, it's Pastor Jason, and I am hiding away upstairs in my house away from Robin and the kids in order to get the sermon preview video done this week. And this week we are really coming down to it in terms of our study of Ecclesiastes. We have 2 weeks left, this coming Sunday and then one more Sunday, and we will complete our sermon series through the book of Ecclesiastes, Living a Meaningless Life. And I pray that throughout this series you've seen that there are a lot of things that would be meaningless to ultimately live for and to stake our lives for. But I pray that in that you see the great meaning and purpose of living for the glory of God and living in the fear of God through the gospel of Jesus Christ. And so this week we will look at Ecclesiastes chapter 11 through chapter 12, verse 8. And so we'll go all of chapter 11 and 12, 1 through 8. That section all kind of goes together well. And we are thinking about this idea of living for youth. Living for youth. A lot of people in our culture and society glamorize youth. They make a lot... They spend a lot of money on trying to stay young, to look young, to keep with youth culture, you know, all that sort of thing. We glamorize the young a lot of times. And in this passage, we are going to see the reality of aging and of getting older, and what this passage has to say about that. It's going to give some wisdom to the young in light of the fact that we are all aging and getting older all of the time. So we're going to see how a young person should invest their life well. And we're going to see how a young person should take advantage of the vigor and the passion of their youth. And then we're also going to see this kind of difficult poem in chapter 12 about the aging process. But in all of this, I pray that we see the gospel of Jesus Christ, that in our aging and the things that aging affords us, but also in the things that we lose in aging, that we have a God who came and who lived a life that was perfect and died in our place for our sin. He did not even grow to an old age, but he gave himself up to death and decay on a cross, even in the midst of his youth, even in the midst of his passion and vigor. He showed the greatest passion for God's glory and for the salvation of his church, his lost, to bring them into his family on the cross. And so I will look forward to walking through this passage with you. Take time to read it, and we will look forward to worshiping together on Sunday.